guys got some unpopular opinions you want to discuss?
I have one.
What is
And
it?
it's one that you've said prior on another podcast episode. And I'm just going to agree with you that having never really fully listened to the solo on Layla.
Don't you dare say it, bro. Don't say it. I knew you were going to say that.
I immediately, I saw the podcast and I immediately was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
And like I went and listened to it. I was like, ow.
Yeah.
Ow. It's almost painful.
Thank you.
It's almost painful.
Thank you. That's not to disparage Dwayne Allman.
Absolutely not.
Dwayne Allman.
Absolutely not.
One of my favorites of all time.
One of the greats.
That being said, you don't gotta like everything he did, and that was one of those travesty moments where it was where the engineer had to really earn their paycheck on that one. Is all I'm saying. You know.
I think it's a great solo, but I do want to know what the fuck happened. You know, like was his guitar just like in a different tuning and everything? But
I think there was something about there is something weird with the tuning where they had to speed some shit up and then like slow some other stuff down and make it match. If there's a good story
and
behind
that's
it.
tough with that old school recording. That reel to reel stuff where you're just like, oh man, if that thing's not spinning at the right rate, everything's gonna sound flat or sharp.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Which is pretty wild.
Makes sense.
There is a story.
We'll blame it on that.
Yeah, we'll blame it on that.
Yeah.
Blame it on that.
No, Dwayne played a perfect solo. It was the technology.
Oh, definitely for sure. Yeah,
100%.
We'll blame on technology.
100%.
That being said, though, like if that solo was in tune, like that motherfucker would have been like even better than it is already. But it would have been like taking you to church.
He had some really I know what he was going for, right? And there's a lot of really good ideas there.
Yeah.
It was just the execution. I thought for a song that's so iconic was well below par.
Right.
Yeah.
For as popular as the song is.
Exactly.
Like if it was a deep cut or something, that'd be different. But because it was a hit, that would be, I think
on
you're right
the Derek
about
and the Dominoes album.
Good one. I agree with that. Chris, what you got?
All right. We treat people who say Freebird at shows too kindly. The minute you say that, you enter a contract where I should be able to ridicule the fuck out of you and you open that door. Like, we shouldn't have to say some polite bullshit after Freebird.
I just ignore people straight up.
Okay.
Do that.
So, I think that if you're in Jacksonville, being that Skinnerd is from here, you could yell that shit, but it does open up to be fucking heckled.
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
And the band should totally just fucking ream you.
Yeah.
You know, that would be great. I don't yell Freebird. I always yell turn it up. But I only yell turn it up after it has been so fucking loud, like, you know, like the most epic part of the night, and the solo ends and there's this giant stop, and I'll be like, turn it up!
Yeah.
Because everybody's already like so deaf anyways.
Yeah.
But that's also a Skinnerd thing.
Yeah.
So I can't help myself. I can't.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
Well, it's better than Freebird. Freebird is the most obnoxious thing. What I wanted to do, I've had this idea for a long time. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet because I'm being lazy. But I want to get bottom of the bill shirts made that says I'm the guy that yelled Freebird at a bar, or that says I'm with the guy that yelled Freebird at a bar, and then just start throwing them out at bars at people who yell Freebird and be like, you earned this
that way
shirt.
if you ever see
Earned
that
it.
person, you're like, fucking tool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So this all stems from one time I was on a gig and my band leader, like, I got in trouble because someone shouted Freebird and I was just not having a good day, and I just like kind of paused and just went at this person, and eventually was like, I'm just gonna, and it got to a point where I was like, I'm just gonna make stickers and hand them out. I'm the Freebird asshole. This is you. Thank you, man. This is great. And like, I got chewed out for that. It did not go super well. I just think there should be a general understanding, like, if you want to play the game, shout Freebird, and then let the games begin.
Right.
Yeah.
I had
absolutely.
a guy, I was playing at your place the other night, and some old dude shouted that at me.
You're at my place?
Yeah.
I was just about
You
to make that
you dug
joke,
it?
too.
Oh, yeah. Really original, guys. Welcome to Jacksonville. That's more Jacksonville than Freebird.
At this point, that's actually true. Yeah.
But
you're right.
this guy shouts it out, and I was like, man, just like your haircut, that song should stay in 1975.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just play the game, man. You should be allowed to play the game, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People think that it's like kind of ironic now to do it because it's so overdone, but it's like, no, it was overdone in the 80s.
I just love Leonard
Now-
Skinnerd so much.
Yeah.
I do too, but like,
I really
all the
do.
songs-
Like, it doesn't bother me at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't dislike Skinnerd, but definitely when I moved to Jacksonville, I thought for sure it wouldn't happen here. because it was like there's no way
Right.
that they're gonna do it. Like that would be so cliche.
Oh, it happens
Yeah.
more here.
Oh, it happens
Happens way more.
the
Way
most
more.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way
It
more.
happens the most here.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro,
I like I might actually get mad if I was in like Portland and
Yeah.
somebody yelled Freebird. I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
you haven't heard
Yeah.
that shit,
Right?
Yeah. I think that people that sell those how to make money off of your art type packages are total fucking like tools.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like people see that kind of shit. People like really like they buy the books and they listen to the podcasts and they buy the courses, and you're like, bro, if they really knew how to make money off their art, they wouldn't be selling you a how-to package on how to
Yeah.
make money.
They'd
off
be
your
selling you their art.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
100%.
bro, like we can all sit here and intellectualize the steps to success.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a the thing is doing it. Any rock icon or pop icon of any time will tell you is like I don't know how it works. We just we
Yeah.
did what we did and we just and
I
it
think with
worked.
music, it's right place and right time.
Yeah, man.
100%. Like you have these bands today that, you know, are our age and they're playing in bars and stuff. But if this was 1971 and they were on tour, they would be like the next big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's all time and place. And
I think it really is with this
Situational.
art shit too. Like if you're buying a book like that or you're listening to this podcast and everything, like you're kind of looking for the fastest way to get big or the fastest way to get out there, you know, and really like the only way to do it is just to fucking do it.
leg
Yeah.
work.
And
It's all legwork.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like you just
You're
gotta
looking
do
for
it.
the
there
get
is
rich
no
quick-
fast.
Yeah.
There is no fast way, you know, like
Exactly. And a lot of those things what they're telling people is just like having your ducks in a row, like crossing your T's and dotting your I's and shit like that. But it's like,
Yeah.
okay, but like, you learn all that as you go anyways. Like what are you actually selling here?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you got to be on top of okay, great, social media. That's fucking
Yeah.
obvious. Oh, you got to publish your tunes. Okay, great. Like you learn all those things as you go. What are you
Yeah.
selling here?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
It's just a fucking con artist pyramid scheme bullshit or whatever, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I still see those ads on my Instagram feed. I'm just like, this is like this. I'm the wrong fucking one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could care less about what your opinion is on this subject.
Right.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
I really think the more that I try and understand this stuff, I really just think right time and place for sure, and then also being authentically yourself. At the end of the day, it's self-expression, which is what all art is.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just think that if you try and be something that you're not within that endeavor, it comes off as not real, and then people don't support it and you fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unauthentic.
Yeah.
Authenticity is important.
There's so many people trying to be the same shit nowadays.
Yeah. And it's
You
like you
know?
can tell too. It's like you have like a lot of bands, a lot of like jam bands are trying to sound like a regurgitation of like the Dead meets Fish of like whatever. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, but something about it seems a little forced. And then there's bands out there where it seems legit, and those are the ones you start to see like you know, like Goose or whatever. Some of these newer guys coming up where it's okay, it is a jam band, but they kind of have like they're doing what they do and it really works.
Right.
And there's other bands that kind of like just hit that just don't really do it, and it happens like in every genre. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like authenticity is like the thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
ultimately that sells.
I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but social media is the fucking devil.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like it really is. Like more people are worried about that shit and trying to like keep up with everybody else when really it's like people are posting shit that's happening that day. It's all got a filter on it. Every day is not like that.
That's
you know,
the thing.
but
The problem
people
I
think
have
it
with
is.
it too is the facade that people can put
Yeah,
on.
they're trying to portray something.
Right.
You know, and if you're like doing that nonstop, just posting about like, or like somebody that's got like a family, it's like just like drowning you in this happy family, but like behind the scenes, like they're like almost getting a divorce or some shit.
Yeah.
But on Facebook, it's like that. It's like if you're doing it, in my opinion, if you're doing it, you don't have to post about it.
100% that.
I don't have to show you that I'm doing it, because when you see me out and about, that's when you're like, dude, yeah, fuck yeah. You know, like I don't have to tell you every fucking day that I've got 3 kids and a wife in a fucking garden. You know, that's what I've got. But you'll see it when I'm out and about doing my thing, like being who I am.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. That's very real. Like the people selling you a lifestyle that's not real.
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
It's like it kind of goes to the music thing too, where they're selling you like these how-to package things. It's like it's all a facade.
yeah,
It's if you're really doing the thing, you don't need to be showing people on social media that you're doing the thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what kind of validation are you looking for?
Right.
Why is it
Exactly.
coming from a bunch of random people?
Yeah.
You know?
It's like I've got like I think like 800 friends on Facebook. I probably know like 30 of them.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, it's like some of them are just funny ass people that I follow and stuff like that. But it's like when you start thinking more about social media and like worrying about that shit, you start losing grip of like what's actually happening in front of your face.
It's why Side Hustle broke up, basically, you know, because our focus started going to my focus really started going to other places, and the music stopped becoming a priority or the main priority. And again, like speaking to inauthenticity, like trying to be this like progressive jam band when none of us were really like that as players, or you know, it's just because you like something doesn't mean that you have to try and do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also think that when it comes to music, attempting to be like when writing original music, attempting to be a certain genre doesn't really work for authenticity.
Right.
And what you should really do is just write music collectively.
Right.
And then be whatever that is.
Exactly.
Because if you're forcing this agenda of being like a prog jam band, you know what I mean? Well, like S.P.O.R.E wanted to be similar to, say, the likes of STS9. We wanted to be Jamtronic. It never did that. We never actually, it was never Jamtronic, you know, which is, I guess you could maybe call it that because there's synthesizers, but
you guys,
I wouldn't call it that though. Like you guys,
it's definitely not Jamtronic though. It's more like
more in the progressive vein,
yeah, it's more like just progressive rock jam.
Yeah. And it was fucking damn well executed.
Not really electronic music though, and that's what was funny about it is because that's what we were trying to do, but then what came out naturally and authentically was, you know, something else.
Yeah.
It's why it works so well, and why it's still, when you guys do what you do now, it still crushes because it's real.
Appreciate
There's
it.
nothing about what you're
It's a lot
doing.
of fun, that's for sure.
It looks
it shows.
like
Right.
It shows.
It's like there's not a part of it that feels like you guys are just there for the paycheck,
Right.
or you guys are just there because you feel like you have to be. You guys are friends. You jam well together, and everything that you create on that stage is the outcome of truly caring about what you're trying to give off to the crowd.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that is why it works so well. You know,
Yeah.
when you're up there trying to do something that's not real or that you're not truly connected to,
Right.
the crowd picks up on that. And if you're not really connected to it, there's no way they're going to be connected to
Dude,
it.
I played in a reggae band for like 8 months that was just doing all, you know, cover gigs. And I found myself in bars a lot playing reggae. And as a keyboard player, like you should not be in a reggae band unless you are the bass player or the drummer.
Yeah.
Because as a keyboard player, I'm just like,
Yeah.
if I was lucky, I got to bubble. If not, it was just
Sounds like hell.
Yeah.
And I would like catch myself in the bar, like watching basketball on the TV. I don't even watch basketball or sports. And I'd be like, oh, the Lakers are crushing it this season.
Yeah.
Like, why? How am I playing a gig, but like watching a Lakers game simultaneously?
They're not even interested in.
Right.
That's the thing where it's
that
like,
I'm not even interested in, but I'm more interested in that
Exactly.
than I was, you know, going through the motions of, I mean, it got to the point with that band where I was like, I don't even fucking want this money anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get another job.
I find myself doing it all the time while I'm playing and singing. I'll be at a bar, like an acoustic gig or whatever, just playing fucking Wagon Wheel or something.
Right.
Yep.
But I'll be sitting there playing like just whatever tune and just having it. Sometimes it's like my second or third time that day if I've taken on multiple gigs, and like the TV's just on. I'm just sitting there watching TV again, something that I'm not interested in at all.
At
Yeah.
all.
And I realized
It's
I'm
like
already
CNN or some dumb shit.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
like, ugh.
exactly. And I'm like on the third verse, and I'm like, wait, did I play the second verse? Did I like?
You like stop. You're like,
you're just on
you like
autopilot.
look at everybody
Yeah.
out there. You're like, the fuck was I just talking about?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've always said once a band or like a group you're being a part of like becomes a job, it's time to just go, man.
Yeah, totally.